Greetings all! Today we'll be examining the legendary fire flying type Pokemon Ho-Oh, the Rainbow Pokémon. Revered in legend as the source of resurrection and the bringer of rainbows, Ho-Oh are majestic creatures that have both power and glory to spare to all that are lucky enough to interact with them.
Ho-Oh are massive birds with white feathers around the belly area and blue four-toed feet, 3 in the front and 1 in the back for stability, with a brilliant and thick plumage of gold and yellow tail feathers, as well as red feathers around their upper torso and neck, their wings tipped with white and green feathers sandwiched between 2 layers of red feathers. They have a crest of curled orange feathers on their forehead, with a long thick yellow beak and red eyes, with grey accent marks around the rims, and they can generate rainbows with their wings that follow them wherever they go.
Little is known about Ho-Oh because of their exceptional rarity, but what is known is more than enough to testify towards the wondrous image humanity has made for them over the millennia.
Although Ho-Oh possess naturally brilliant plumage, what makes them truly unique is that their feathers are laced with tiny crystals that act as perfect prisms, splitting light that strikes them into a total of 7 different colors, with the colors displayed depending on the angle at which light strikes the feathers. More importantly, these crystals function much like raindrops when exposed to sunlight and are thus capable of generating rainbows while Ho-Oh are in flight. This strange mystical quality has led many to regard Ho-Oh as guardians of the sky, but the actual need for such crystals in the wild is still an utter mystery. Oddly enough, these crystals can also be ground into a fine powder that acts as a super powerful healing tonic, curing status conditions, healing wounds, and even reviving fainted Pokemon in a trainer's entire party in a single sitting. Now referred to as Sacred Ash, these items are incredibly rare and are virtually unobtainable outside of an encounter with an actual Ho-Oh. In addition, Ho-Oh are noted for their tremendous pyrokinetic abilities, which exceed their other psychic powers so strongly that they make Ho-Oh partial fire types. In particular, Ho-Oh are able to generate a potent flame by mixing the ingredients of a traditional fire with the crystals embedded in their feathers. The addition of the crystals makes this fire glow a brilliant white with just a shade of indigo and violet, burning brighter and burning much harder than a traditional fire. This unique attack, which only they and Entei are able to learn, known as the Sacred Fire Attack, is not quite as powerful as the traditional Fire Blast attack, but is more than compensated for its ability to effectively burn a target 50% of the time and inflict physical damage, exceeding the burn-inflicting capabilities of every other damaging fire-type attack except for the highly inaccurate Inferno attack. In short, Ho-Oh are powerful beasts capable of dealing considerable damage to any number of opponents without even trying. Thankfully, they are usually quite peaceful and rarely ever attack any other life forms outside of battle, though this might not always hold true, as it is believed that Ho-Oh do possess breeding populations like their semi-aquatic counterpart, Lugia, and could prove to be highly protective of them if their offspring are discovered.
While there are many legends associated with Ho-Oh across the planet, one of the most well-known legends involves the tin and brass towers of Ecruteak City within the Johto region.
700 years ago, 2 9-tier towers were built within Ecruteak City in hopes of fostering friendship and hope between Pokemon and people. The Eastern Tower, known as Tin Tower, today simply referred to as the Bell Tower, was designed to be a place where Pokemon could awaken and start each day anew. A local Ho-Oh often perched at the top of this tower and considered it to be its permanent nesting ground. The Western Tower, known as Brass Tower, now referred to as the Burned Tower, was designed to be a place where Pokemon could go to sleep in peace. While reports are a bit hazy on the subject, it is believed that a local Lugia used the tower as its permanent nesting ground. For many generations, peace surrounded the towers and Ecruteak City was a prosperous place. But over 160 years ago, disaster struck. A freak storm generated massive lightning bolts that struck many homes and buildings within the small city, setting them ablaze. One of those buildings was Brass Tower. Although all of the people and most of the Pokemon within the tower were able to escape to safety, 3 unidentified Pokemon were trapped within the basement of the tower. The blaze lasted for 3 days before a sudden downpour finally put out the fire. But by then, the 3 trapped Pokemon had been burned alive and reduced to little more than ashes. According to legend, Ho-Oh felt such pity towards the deceased Pokemon that it resurrected them in forms representative of the entire fiasco. The lightning bolt that started the fire, Raikou, the fire itself, Entei, and the rain that finally stopped the blaze, Suicune. Considering that these legendary beasts are often seen around the world, it is unlikely that their origins truly took place here. However, all historical records make no indication of any different events, leaving the legend as Ecruteak City's official public record. It is possible, however, that the Ho-Oh modeled the creatures after the legendary beasts that were already present in the wild, which would in turn make this an isolated incident.
What is known is that the Ho-Oh that once rested on Tin Tower flew away and has only reappeared in extremely rare cases. The Lugia believed to live in the Brass Tower flew away and went to an unknown location and has not been seen since, though many do believe that it may be living within the depths of the region's Whirl Islands.
From this legend though, it has at least been verified that, if spotted, a Ho-Oh will leave behind one of its feathers, a rainbow wing, to those it finds favor with and wishes to do battle with someday as the Rainbow Hero, provided that its herald, Marshadow, can verify that the presenter of the feather is pure of heart, lest they risk the wrath of Marshadow instead. And those that are granted the honor of doing battle with them will be in for one hell of a battle, as while they normally only have access to pressure as a base ability, in rare cases, they can make use of the crystals in their wings to actually rejuvenate their forms if allowed to rest out of the line of fire, granting them Regenerator as a hidden ability. Moreover, their base stats more than speak to their incredible power, as while the base speed stat is a bit below average for a fully evolved Flying-type Pokemon, it is above average for a fully evolved Fire-type Pokemon, and the rest of their base stats are above average for a fully evolved Pokemon of both of their types, granting them the highest base special defense stat out of all Flying-type Pokemon, tied with Lugia, the same for all Fire-type Pokemon, and the highest base stat total out of all Flying-type Pokemon, tied with Lugia, Rayquaza, and Yveltal. In short, these birds are a magnificent force to confront in battle and should be approached with only the strongest of offenses to try and take them down quickly.
When it comes to legendary Pokemon, there are very few that can truly look as majestic in action as these fiery birds, and their powerful elemental assaults are only a small part of what they can truly bring to any and all encounters. It is true that they have immense defensive power to them, as well as great physical offense, and the Sacred Fire attack can prove to be a nasty weapon that makes good use of their higher base attack stat. But in reality, the greatest power that can be found with Ho-Oh is the way they move across the sky and interact with others from afar. It is said by some that seeing one of these beasts flying above you is a sign of good fortune to come, and perhaps may even lead one to encounter them directly if a rainbow wing is bestowed upon you in observation alone. How exactly these birds determine whether someone may be worthy of fighting them is still unclear, but they seem to be attracted to those of pure heart, making the gift in and of itself a testament to the character of those it is bestowed upon. If you yourself or anyone that you know is ever given the chance to pursue these Pokemon, let no hesitation come forth and merely follow that feather to the ends of the earth. I dare say that you will in no way be disappointed with the results.
A glorious sight to behold on any day, and a force for peace and prosperity in both land and sky, Ho-Oh are truly one-of-a-kind creatures whose full majesty can be seen by just about anyone should they train their gaze skywards. The chances of ever seeing one might be rare even so, and even rarer still for it to be an up-close encounter, but for the few chosen by their wisdom, it is an honor that should never be discounted.
Do yourself a favor, and if you ever so much as get a glimpse of one of these creatures outside, run after it and never stop running. You may never reach the bird or get the chance to meet it in person, but with the chance of a hero's challenge before you, who would ever give up any chance at such a glorious communion?
Thank you all for watching this video. It is always a pleasure to help teach others about the world of Pokemon and the many facets of it that exist in both the world we call home and the world they call home. If you'd like, please leave a comment and subscribe and ring the bell to this channel to get regular updates on content and anything else that might be going on. You can find me and my written work on DeviantArt under the name Utitus, and be informed of information and content uploads on my Twitter page and my Patreon page. Donations are always welcome. Always remember, the world of Pokemon is a vast and varied place, and there's no telling what secrets might be hiding just around the corner. So keep watch, stay vigilant, and always prepare for the unexpected. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.